In today's video, we're going to be taking a look to see if VPNs actually work in Warzone 2. But quickly before we do get into the video, if you aren't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications to not miss any more videos on the channel. If you do enjoy it, smash thumbs up and write your thoughts on VPNs in the comments below. Do you think they're cheating? Do you think they're not? I'll be interested in what you guys have to say in the comments, but let's jump straight into it right now. Okay guys, so in the background there's a little bit of gameplay that's going on right now, but I really wish that we had the Warzone stats that we used to have back in Warzone 1, where you could see the average KD of your lobby and different things like that. Like if it was a good lobby, if it was a bad lobby, if it was a sweaty lobby, if it was a botty lobby, you had all of them stats on a website and you could see it. But there, as far as I'm aware, there isn't anything like that for Warzone 2, so I can't bring up any stats and be like, this is me in 5 games on VPN and this is my 5 games off of VPN or something like that. So I can't give you fully accurate stats, if that makes sense, to show if it genuinely is easier or just as normal with a VPN on. However, saying that, I do use a VPN myself. There is times that I use a VPN. I've always been honest and open about that. I don't really care personally, because I use a VPN for the sake of getting good content. If I can use a VPN to get easier lobbies, drop better gameplays, and you guys can have better videos to watch, I'm going to go ahead and do that. If I'm playing on stream, I'm going to go and use a VPN because I'm getting a better stream. It's going to be more entertaining. There's better gameplay going on, which are matching the vibes, and they're going to keep my vibes nice and high. I don't think there's any problem with using a VPN in any sort of situation. The only time I'd say you shouldn't be using a VPN is if you are in a competitive scene, where if there's money on the line, whether it's World Series of Warzone, you know, if you're in any sort of tournament or anything like that, that's when the VPN just shouldn't be used at all, because that is where it's an unfair advantage over somebody else. But I don't think there's a problem with using a VPN if you're just trying to enjoy the game, have fun, and get some slightly easier lobbies with your friends. I don't think there's any problem. And I hadn't been using a VPN on Warzone 2 for the longest time. I hadn't been using one for ages. And then the other day, I started getting back into streaming. I stream over on Twitch if you want to check that out, by the way. But I started streaming again, and I was like, right, can I get easier lobbies just to make the stream a bit more entertaining so it doesn't kill my mood off within 10 minutes because the lobbies are sweaty? So I re-downloaded my VPN, started using it again, and do you know what? The first couple of games were much easier. I was like, okay, this is fun. I'm enjoying myself. The lobbies seem to be a bit easier. They're not as sweaty. I'm not having to try as hard. I can still interact with my chat and my stream whilst also getting good gameplay. So in that aspect, I found that it was definitely better. But the one thing that I will say is it's not every single game is a bot lobby. The amount of times that I load into games and I still hear English defcoms or English people in their proximity chat that literally sound like they live around the corner from me. But then there's games where I load into games and everyone's speaking a different language in proximity chat and I can't understand what they're saying. So I don't know if they're the lobbies that are easier. There's no real correlation for me being able to hear what people are saying for if the lobbies are easier. But I will just say that I might have 2 or 3 games where I'm having really good lobbies, and then I'll have 1 or 2 games where I'm having normal sweaty lobbies where I'm just running into 4 stacks and it's just an absolute nightmare. So like I said, I really wish we had that data where we could go, okay, these are the VPN lobbies. We've got a 0.4 KD lobby, a 0.5 KD lobby, whatever it might be. And then here's lobbies off of a VPN. We've got 1.2 KD lobbies. Do you know what I mean? I wish we could just really have that comparison side by side. If I just played 5 games with a VPN, 5 games without a VPN. The gameplay you're seeing in the background, by the way, is on a VPN. So you guys, you know, you can sort of make your own judgment off if you think it looks like a bot lobby or not. I'm not the best player at Warzone anyway. I know that. I'm not God's gift to man. I'm not the best player in the world. So using a VPN does help me get some better gameplays, because, you know, having that little bit of an advantage, being slightly better than the lobby, makes it easier for me anyway. And when I'm in a normal EU lobby, I can hold my own. I can do all right. I can still drop 20 kills, but I'm still going to struggle, and I'm going to find it much easier on a VPN. And I'm sure on the comments of this video, I'm going to get, you're a bot for using a VPN. The biggest streamers all use VPNs. They're all cheaters, yada, yada, yada. But I don't think that's true at all. You'll probably find that a lot of the big creators like myself and people that are way bigger than me do use VPNs purely for the fact that they're going to get easier lobbies, right? It is guaranteed, whilst using a VPN, there are going to be some lobbies that you get into that just genuinely are easier than the lobbies you get into if you're on your normal EU servers or whatever it might be. Using a VPN, every now and then you are going to get bottier lobbies. It's basically guaranteed it will happen. And like I said, it's not every single lobby is going to be botty. You've got to think the amount of people that use VPNs now anyway, the chances are you could end up with a full EU lobby in some random country. You could end up with an entire EU lobby just because the amount of people that do use VPNs now. But like I said, for people that are trying to get content, it is much easier to jump on a VPN, play for 2-3 hours, and then, you know, every time you get those botty lobbies that you might get 2 or 3 times during that entire session, you can then get your content out of those games there, which for being a content creator, it's much more efficient, it's much more entertaining gameplay, you're getting higher kills, it's a better game, and it's going to make a better video overall. So overall, do VPNs work? Are VPNs efficient on Warzone 2? Are they going to give you much easier lobbies? The short answer is yes, but the long answer is no, I guess. Because you are, like I said, like I keep saying over and over, because I really want to stress this to you guys before you guys spend money on a VPN going, Harry said this, I'm going to get easy lobbies every single game. Before you go and do any of that, the thing is that you need to bear in mind is that it's not going to be every lobby's easy. You might get, say for example, I stream for 2 to 3 hours. Within that 2 to 3 hours, I might have 3 or 4 lobbies where they're bot lobbies, and I can tell that it's a good lobby just from the first couple of kills that I get. I can land in, get a gun, and I can wipe a team, and I can go, right, okay, this is a bot lobby. I just know it. You know it's a bot lobby, but then in every single other game other than the 3 or 4 lobbies, they might be slightly easier than EU lobbies, but realistically, you're not going to notice too much of a difference from standard EU lobbies over to a different country's lobbies. You're not going to notice too much of a difference. But like I said, having that VPN on is eventually going to give you a botty lobby, and I don't really ever find if I just play on EU servers, I do eventually get a bot lobby. So playing on the VPN does sometimes give you that extra little bit of a botty lobby and giving you the better chance to go and drop a high kill game, go and drop a really good game, and, you know, just frag out. So now we need to get into what sort of VPNs are the best VPNs to use. The one that I use right now is No Lag VPN. It's what I've used since Warzone 1. I don't know of any other ones that are better than that right now, but there probably are some. Ones that you don't want to be using are things like ExpressVPN and NordVPN and all of those. They're good VPNs for anything outside of Call of Duty, but the problem with these with Call of Duty is because they change your location, they don't adjust to the ping. They don't give you that good ping like No Lag does, and I'm sure there's a couple of others out there. I'll try and find them and leave them linked on the screen right now so you can see the name of them. But there's a couple out there, like I said, No Lag VPN, that don't adjust your ping, so you can still plan 20 ping whilst being on a different server, which is really, really good. Whereas when you're using something like NordVPN or ExpressVPN, unfortunately they don't adjust that ping. So if you're even trying to find a game, there's a high chance you just won't be able to find one, and if you do, you're going to be on a 200 plus ping, and it's just pretty much unplayable. So if you are going to go ahead and use any of the VPNs that I've mentioned, like I said, they've got No Lag VPN, or if there were any others, I would have put them up on screen so you could see the names of them as well. If you want to check out any of those out, I will leave them linked in the description so you guys can just go and check them out if you wanted to do that. But like I said, don't be thinking, if I buy a VPN, I'm going to get bot lobbies every single game. And the other thing you need to take into account is, are you actually a good player? Like, is having a bot lobby going to make you have a really good game? Are you really struggling to get 5 kills in a normal lobby? If that's the answer, you're not necessarily going to do any better on a VPN than what you would in a normal lobby. If you can't even manage to get 5 kills together on a normal lobby, having a bot lobby on a VPN doesn't necessarily mean you're actually going to get good games. It's great for people like me or any of the other bigger creators that are already good at the game. You can already drop a good amount of kills on a normal lobby. So then when you do get those bot lobbies on a VPN, you know, you can really start frying. Because if I can get 20 kills on an EU lobby, if I can then get a bot lobby on a VPN, then I could drop 30 to 40 kills, which is what makes it so much better, because I know how the game works, I know how to pace myself, I know where the kills are going to be, and there's just certain situations where you do come up against another good player on an EU server, whereas if you get a bot lobby, you know you're one of the best players in the lobby, so you're just confident, you're flowing, you're running, you're getting every single kill, you're just wiping people out the game 24/7. So that's the difference. If you guys aren't a good player at Warzone, which is absolutely fine, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but you just need to bear that in mind. If you're not the best player, having a bot lobby on a VPN might not make that much of a difference. I mean, you can go ahead and try it, but just remember, you are going to have to pay money for this VPN, so you want to make sure it's definitely going to be worth it. Are you someone who's definitely going to be able to go and drop kills on a VPN? If you are, great, you know, go ahead, buy your VPN if that's what you want to do. Go ahead and get your bot lobbies every now and then. But if you're not someone that's any good at the game, probably isn't even worth buying a VPN, I'll be honest. You probably just need to get better in your lobbies, because they're harder lobbies anyway. So get better in those lobbies, and once you start getting up to 10, 15, maybe even 20 kills, that's when you could jump on a VPN and go for those botty lobbies, and that's when you start getting 30, 40 kills in each lobby. Hopefully this video has given you a bit of insight to whether VPNs work or not. If it has, be sure to smash thumbs up. If you've got any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them for you guys as soon as possible. Hopefully you did enjoy the video, and I hope you have a great rest of the day, and we'll catch you in the next one in a bit. Peace.